my friends. I'm Peymon Mottahedeh, the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996. In this recording, I will share with you just some of the many victories that myself and Freedom Law School has had against the It's Really Satan, otherwise known as IRS. That three-letter word that brings fear on the hearts of Americans that, oh my gosh, they're more powerful than FBI and the CIA. They're not to be feared, folks. They're not what you think they are, okay? And I'll show you, because the history of Freedom Law School beating them will be proof of that. First, let's start by going to our website, to freedomlawschool.org. If you have not been here, you need to go here first to restore freedom, and you will never again voluntarily pay the Washington, D.C. swamp legally and safely. Guaranteed. If you want, it can be guaranteed for you by Freedom Law School. You go down at the bottom of this page, and you see here how you can take these 7 steps to free yourself of IRS deception, fear, robbery, and slavery, and live free with a lifetime guarantee, if that is what you want. You should have taken by now the step 1, step 2, and step 3. If you have not taken these steps, you need to do them in order, folks. First, you need to know that you arm yourself with the law that, based on U.S. government's official legal websites, no law requires 99% of Americans to file and pay income tax. The only ones by law who are required to pay federal income taxes are citizens and residents of Washington, D.C., and federal workers and contractors. That is it. Know that by studying this step 1 first. Step 2 is you want to end filing of income tax forms. That filing an income tax confession form does not protect you, as the major media lies and deceives you into believing. Instead, it gives IRS the power to put the noose around your own neck. That's what they deceive you to do. So you need to know that for yourself first. Step 3, if you're not taking it, realize that the IRS is mostly bluff, that the IRS is extremely unlikely to be able to empty your bank account and steal your money if you do not file income tax confession trap forms, okay? And now we're going to go to step 4. Take courage from our victories. Peymon, the founder of Freedom Law School, has not filed or paid U.S. income taxes since 1993. The IRS knows of this, but has never attempted to put me in prison. Why? So to get more into this thing, steps, remember, you click on start at 7 steps here, and that takes you to 7 steps, and you scroll down one more time. You scroll down from the steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here it is, okay? Okay, take courage from our victories. You continue to step 4, and you go scroll down one more time. And folks, the bottom line is that knowledge is power. When you equip yourself with knowledge and are prepared, the IRS is easy to beat. I have done so, and so can you, my friends. That's the point. You'll see how if this Iranian kid, who English is his second language, can do this. You, who most of you were born here, English is your first language, you should do even better than me, folks, okay? Let's go down, talk about this, okay? Freedom Law School victories. Again, the fact is this, folks. This is our biggest victory is just that alone. The fact that I haven't filed and paid any federal income tax since 1993. The IRS has been unable to charge me with a crime at all. Folks, that by itself is big. I never filed in my life tax returns ever, except, two exceptions, in 88 and 89 with my ex-wife to reduce her taxes on her tax return. Okay. Then I filed in 1993 a 1040-NR as a state citizen, so I thought, to get my $600 in withholding back from the IRS. Other than that, I've never ever filed and paid even $1 of income tax to the IRS openly. I've been teaching Americans since 1992 openly that you've been lied to, you've been deceived by the federal government and the major media, that you're not required to file income tax. And the IRS knows about me. They have never ever attempted to put me in prison. Why? I am the only leader of a tax truth freedom group ever, going back to World War II, that has been telling Americans stop filing and paying income tax legally. And IRS has never been able to put me out of business, put me in prison, or otherwise stop me. That in itself tells you something. It tells you they know that I know the law, and they don't dare to take me before a jury of 12 Americans to have them all agree beyond the reasonable doubt that I'm guilty of not paying my fair share of taxes. They know I'll educate the jury, win, and have them convert to our side and get a big victory. You see? And you want to be in my position, that they don't want to even charge you with a crime. Like me, they don't even try to charge me with any kind of a tax crime. And I'll show you folks how you can be as invincible as I have been for the IRS. So that's really the biggest victory of all. In this presentation, I will share with you that IRS has known about me, my activities to educate Americans about the deception and the fraud of the IRS, going way back to 1994, before I even created Freedom Law School in 1996, by IRS's Criminal Investigation Division special agents. So it's not like they don't know about me, they haven't come across Freedom Law School in Peymon. They know about me, and they've been unable to find anything wrong with what I'm doing. So let's go to our website. You've already seen my introductory video to Freedom Law School Victories, right? Okay. After that introductory video, which is really the biggest victory of all, the fact that IRS has not ever tried to put me in jail, is next victory number one. Since 1994, the IRS has been investigating Freedom Law School without success. You go now, open up, if you want to open up the description of it, folks, and really all the description of this all tells it to you very clearly. In 1994, the IRS began investigating Peymon Mottahedeh, the founder and president of Freedom Law School, which I founded in 1996, as a potential fraudulent tax protester promoter. Wow, that's a big mouthful, isn't it? Potential fraudulent tax protest promoter. Man, you gotta get that guy. This guy's promoting tax fraud. So they tried. They did look at me. So here it is. After about 18 months of investigation and meetings by their agents of the IRS gave up on that baseless criminal investigations. Yep. And folks, basically for 27 years as of now, 2023, the IRS has almost continuously investigated Peymon and Freedom Law School and still been unable to stop Freedom Law School from exposing the IRS deception, robbery of the American people. So click on the documented proof right here, and you see the proof for yourself right here. So that introduction right here, folks, tells basically what I just read for you again. And these documents, folks, I got from the IRS through a Freedom of Information Act request. Yes. You see, right, folks, this is their own paperwork they had on me. Okay, page after page. I'm going to go over a few of these pages right now for you. On first page, on the top center and highlighted area says Case History Worksheet. On the top right, Agent Paul von Ravensburg. On the top left, Taxpayer Mottahedeh Peymon, my address in Tustin, California. You go below, at the bottom of this page, you see on the bottom left date. It says 6-94 and 9-94. So that was sometime in early 1994. I'm guessing it's around April or May. And look at the right side. You got to pay attention, okay? Because this whole thing is record of completed appointments / contacts. On the very right column, it says, what did you do? On that column, the agents, folks, in that column, the agents, the IRS, write the date, okay, and what they did. And if they had other agents or people they met with, they list that. Whoever worked with them, they list that. So maybe we should talk to the other guy for more information. So you look at this sheet right here, you see 694, contact code doesn't there. Other name, nothing. It says RECD, received, REVD. Case from MGR, manager. Next one, same, 994 says, Sue Gary CID highlighted. That's Criminal Investigation Division. Her number above that is 714-649-4064 at that time. On the right of that, again in yellow says developed and referred potential fraudulent TX for tax protester promoter. Okay, develop a referral for potential upsets, potential fraudulent tax protest promoter. This is their note, folks. See, I didn't come up with it. There it is. As a potential fraudulent tax protest promoter, you go to the next page, more entries on this thing, okay? And again, look at the highlighted areas, okay? I have this first lines there. Let's go to the following highlighted areas. Sue Gary CID, that's Criminal Investigation Division. Go below that, on June 2794. D. Rodriguez, CID. See, they met with another Criminal Investigation Division. Another one, 7794. Antran, whatever thing. Also CID. Again, 1994, you see Sue Gary, which is also Criminal Investigation Division agent, as you see. See, 112294, Sue Gary. 112994, Sue Gary. She is a Criminal Investigation Division special agent. Next one, 112994, Jose Martinez CID. Bottom of that page, okay, you see more highlighted, same thing, F-2797, fraud referral. See that? December 94, fraud referral, okay? On the right hand side, it says fraud referral to MGR manager with attachments. Okay. Folks, they were serious. This is, many months looking at me for fraud, right? So let's continue on this thing. Here we go again. You see in the top of this page, December 1594, Jose Martinez, who is another Criminal Investigation Division agent. And then you see September 2194. Okay. Again, you see on the second line, CID. Okay. So, folks, we know this case went up until, you see, about September of 95. Okay. So, really, this is about a year and a half. About a year and a half of IRS Criminal Investigation Division special agents. Looking at me, can't find nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Okay. So, and furthermore, below that, you see another sheet on me called Tax Protester Case Control Record. Peymon Mottahedeh, right? Below that, folks, these are flyers that I used to put out there at meetings, at Freedom Patriot meetings, about IRS deception. This is a flyer I used to put out. Is this how you go through life? Don't file your income tax until you read this book. There's a book called Vultures and Eagles Clothing with Lynn Meredith, who unfortunately didn't listen to me. She made many mistakes. Her ego gone away and went to prison. Sorry. I try to help people, but if they don't listen to me, I cannot make them drink the water. On the bottom left, you see a cartoon. They're stealing your country. Take it back. This is all political free speech, folks. Printing and passing out literature to educate our fellow Americans. Completely First Amendment. Okay? But these crooks that think I'm breaking the law, right? No, it's all completely legal. So below that, here's another more information about this book I was promoting back in 1994 when I was new. Okay, here's another page. Boy, these cartoons are wonderful, folks. Okay, especially the bottom two. Thank you, IRS, for saving these files because I lost those flyers. Those two bottom cartoons, you see it on my website now. I've colorized them and use them to educate American people. They got my flyers, okay? So check them out, folks. You may buy, but these are fun to read, these flyers. You may want to enlarge them and read them slowly for yourself. Here it is, the one of them. The real reason why people pay income taxes, they've been programmed to IRS, TV news broadcasters, and charismatic preachers with fear, shock, anxiety, stress, panic, adoration, relaxation, and fatigue. They just tell you, pay your taxes. So, folks, hey, that was 1994. Right now it's 2023, 29 years. I'm free as a bird on the criminal investigation. By the way, there's been more criminal investigations of me, which I'll tell you in my other victories. In this presentation, I'll cover another victory of Freedom Law School and myself against the IRS. Let's go to our Freedom Law School victory page against the IRS, victory number 2. No one else, folks, has ever done this to the IRS. No one. You will not find anybody else who had this kind of victory against the IRS. What is it? Freedom Law School forces the IRS to take back its criminal investigation division summons for records about Freedom Law School. Let's go take a look at this. Let's open up. There's details about this, which I'll tell you what it is. And of course, you see a documentation in it I'll bring up for you as well. After Freedom Law School's 2006 Health and Freedom Conference, folks, I used to put on from 1999 to 2012 in California every year some kind of a freedom rally or conference to educate Americans about the loss of our rights and freedoms, and the IRS, which hundreds of people would show up to. So IRS decided to spy on me and our people, right? And I beat them at it. Watch, okay? On April 11, 2006, IRS issued the Criminal Investigation Division CID summons to the Atrium Hotel where the conference was held. And you see, the summons demanded that the hotel turn over records about Freedom Law School and the attendees and participants of the conference. Folks, that is a wholesale violation of my right and your rights to free speech, to associate it with like-minded individuals, to publish material, okay, to assemble together, folks, for the prime purpose of cleaning up the government, public servants who are there to represent you and me and protect your rights and my rights. Whether or not doing it, we have absolute rights guaranteed by the First Amendment to try to clean it up, okay? And that's why our petitions to Congress are so important, and we encourage all of you to do them in step 5, okay? So guess what? I didn't sit back. I went after these crooks to stop them, okay? So let's look at this summons first, okay? Here we go. This is the letter I got from the lawyer of the hotel, George Chung and Associates, okay? You see April 11, 2006, written to me and my wife April, okay, about the IRS summons, okay? And you see it, it says, "Dear gentle persons, we are Council of Golden Hotels Limited, Partnership DBA, the Atrium Hotel, the Atrium. The Atrium was served with the enclosed summons from the Commissioner of Internal Revenue, dated March 30, 2006, requiring you to turn over various documents relating to you." Okay? So they say they're going to turn over records by April 25th, 2006 to the IRS, and they give us a chance to do something about it. Here is the letter from the lawyer of the hotel. Very nice. And you see, here's the second page of the letter, okay? And you see the CC to Kirk Tambornini. That's the IRS Criminal Investigation Division, and Sherry Blackwood is Kirk Tambornini's supervisor. Let's go to here now. There it is, folks. This is the summons which was, sent to the Atrium Hotel. It says in line 1, in the matter of Peymon Mottahedeh, April Mottahedeh, the Freedom Law School and Live Free Now. Line 2, Hotel Revenue Service Division, Criminal Investigation Division. Yep, industry area, name or number, CID, Criminal Investigation Division. Periods, tax period years, 2000 through 2006 to HM Hotel Custodian of Records. Right? And the description says, in small print, you are hereby summoned and required to appear before Kirk Tambornini, Special Agent, IRS-CID, an officer of the Internal Revenue Service, to give testimony and bring with you and to produce for examination the following books, records, papers, and other data relating to the tax liability or collection of the tax liability, or for the purpose of inquiring into any offense connected with the administration or enforcement of the Internal Revenue laws concerning the person identified above for the periods shown. Scary, huh? Right? They're saying, we want to put this guy in jail, right? In prison. Let's continue. See attachment. Attachment, of course, they give more detail of what they want, okay? Here you see it. It is name and signature, okay? Special Agent, Kirk Tambornini. Again, it tells you in the bottom part, it was issued on, 20th of March, 2006 by Special Agent Tambornini, okay? And here is, folks, the attachment to summons issued to HM Hotel for years 2002, 2006. All records relative to dealings with Peymon Mottahedeh, April Beatty / Mottahedeh, the Freedom Law School, and Live Free Now. Such records to include, but not limited to. Now, folks, let's skip, let's see, 1, 2 of these paragraphs. Go to the following paragraph. They want the name, addresses, and telephone numbers of the promoters, participants, and attendees of the 2006 Health and Freedom Conference, method of payment, payment records, credit card information, canceled checks, front and back correspondence, billing statements, and client file maintained by the hotel. Whoa! They want to know pretty much everything, not just about me and my wife in Freedom Law School, but about participants and attendees of the conference. In other words, you attend a First Amendment free speech event to hear what's going on with our government, you're going to be a target. You're going to get your records. Well, I was not going to stand up for that. And I went after these guys, and I sued them, as you'll see, okay? So, folks, the rest of this doesn't matter. It was a bunch of gobbledygook they got here, quoted as some copy of the federal laws, tax laws, which I knew were already anyhow, okay? So, let's go down. What happened is, Freedom Law School and me sued the U.S. government, with my wife, by the way, to withdraw this illegal summons and sue the IRS agent for violating the First Amendment rights of Freedom Law School and the conference attendees and participants. Yep. And, folks, here is the lawsuit copy right here. Here it is, as if it was filed in the United States District Court, Central District of California, by me, my wife, and Freedom Law School. On the top right, August 17th, 2006, right? And you see on the right side, it's a First Amendment petition to quash summons, complaint for injunctive, declaratory relief, and damages. There was actually another complaint I filed earlier, but I improved it. So no need to worry about that one. This is the key document. I sued not just the government, but also the agent, the special agent of the IRS, in his personal capacity for his home, for his bank account, for violating the First Amendment rights of me and the conference attendees and participants. And so you can read this, folks, in detail. We demand a jury trial. Folks, this is many, many pages long. I'm not going over that in detail, folks. You can read it all for yourself, right? So when I did that, folks, the IRS got scared. Oh, they thought, Peymon, now what the hell he's doing? We don't want to, this is a violation of the law. That we're not trying to just, he caught us that we're not just trying to examine his tax liability or what laws he might be violating. Iris and Agent Tambornini were violating the First Amendment rights of me and a bunch of other people. They knew they would lose, so they decided to back off. See, if you sue them, you force even the IRS to back off, folks. Okay? So we continue, folks. Faced with a losing battle, the government lawyer forced the IRS to withdraw the summons, and the IRS took its marbles and walked home with its heads down, so to speak. Yep, that's right. So you can see the summons that was withdrawn, folks, right here. Here's the lawyer of the hotel in September 22, 2006, writing to me, copy of letter from IRS withdrawing the HM summons for your review and files, right? And here it is, next page, from the IRS, criminal investigation, September 12, 2006, to Mr. George Chong, the attorney of the hotel. Mr. Chong, please be advised that the attached summons is issued to your client, HM Hotel, on March 20, 2006, has been withdrawn. Any questions, please contact Kirk Tamornini, Special Agent, right? Sincerely, Kirk Tamornini, right? And again, here's a copy of the summons. This is a good copy of it, by the way. That was issued originally to the HM Hotel Custodian of Records by Special Agent Tamornini. This is a blank copy, of course, they said, unsigned copy that they backed off of, okay? Now, what happened after that is interesting. Since the IRS was forced to retract the summons, the government lawyer filed a motion requesting that the court dismiss the case, the lawsuit, since there was no more summons in existence. Yeah, there you go. There's no more summons in existence. There's nothing in controversy. IRS says, we're home. We're going back. There's nothing here. We don't want nothing about Freedom Law School, Peymon, or his wife, April. So that they told the court, let's go home, everybody. And the court, of course, told them, yes, no problem. We're going to go. Okay? So here we are. I'm going to show you their motion to dismiss. Here it is, folks. This is the government lawyer. Following it on the right side, you see, notice the motion to dismiss the First Amendment petition. And folks, the relevant language that in which they admit they removed the summons is right here on page 6. Respondent Kirk Tamornini, okay, is the IRS special agent who issued the subject summons on behalf of the United States, right? By letter dated September 12, 2006, the subject administrative summons was withdrawn. Copy of the withdrawal letter is attached as Exhibit A. There it is, folks. Yep. And they attached that letter, which I showed you earlier, as Exhibit A to motion to dismiss the case as proof that, look, we are leaving Peymon and Freedom Law School alone. Again, you see here, the attached here, the letter to Hotel HM Hotel, lawyer, Mr. Chuang. You see that on the bottom right? Exhibit A, there it is. And again, you see the summons that was issued to HM Hotel attached as part of Exhibit A to prove to the court that there's no more controversy here whatsoever. Yep, we're almost done. One more little thing, by the way, you want to know, okay? So, also see the court order acknowledging that the IRS withdrew the IRS's summons. Folks, the court, on page 2, of course, you'll see that. They issued here it is, a court order, United States District Court in Central District of California, February 14, 2007. They dismissed the case because there was nothing there for them to adjudicate anymore. On page 2, as you can see, they say the Department of the Treasury has withdrawn the IRS summons. See the federal respondent's motion, Exhibit A, which I showed you earlier. Okay? So here we go, folks. Again, you can see for yourself that, we forced the IRS to remove the summons. The court order acknowledges it as well. And, folks, one more thing, folks. If you want to read the whole docket of this case, all the docket court entries of this case, it's available online for free, by the way, here it is, as a court listener, has Peymon Mottahedeh versus United States. This case, which was filed April 18, 2006 first, and it was closed February 14, 2007. It shows all the action entries that happened on here. If you want to know about it. There's more information on that if you wish. Okay? So with that, folks, they still have not been able to stop me. They lost again. Now watch the next victory over the IRS video below. In this presentation, I will share with you the third victory that I've had over the IRS. If you are there, you see that Freedom Law School beats the IRS in a 13-year, $663,000 tax case. Yes, that's a big one. A lot of money, a lot of years, yet these guys lost. How it happened? Here is the story, my friends. In December 2009, the IRS filed 13 years of tax liens totaling over $663,000 against Peymon, the president and founder of Freedom Law School, for operating Freedom Law School. Well, folks, I requested a collection due process hearing challenging the IRS's tax liens and asking the IRS to prove that Peymon owes these arbitrary, bogus tax assessments. Well, no surprise, the IRS ignored Peymon's arguments, erroneously ruled against the Freedom Law School, and issued a notice of determination against me. I petitioned the United States Tax Court, appealed the case there, where the IRS attorney agreed on his own initiative to send Freedom Law School's case back to the IRS Appeals Office so that I could challenge the arbitrary $663,000 that the IRS claimed I owed them. Okay? See, the first IRS Appeals officer I met with said, you can't challenge it. I'm here just to collect, make payment arrangements. Before that, I met with the agent John Black and his manager who came up with these bogus liens, telling them this is a bunch of bogus. You can't do this nonsense, and they just wouldn't budge. So, nope, you have to file a tax returns to tell us what the correct amount is. I said, BS. I'm going to go over your head to higher levels. And I did, right? So then I argued my case with the IRS Appeals Office orally and in writing. This resulted at the end of 2011 in the IRS Appeals Officer issuing a supplemental notice of determination, which withdrew all the $663,000 plus of tax liens filed against me. And the notice of determination stated, it has been determined that the tax assessments debated and the notice of federal tax lien withdrawn. Yep. To see a proof, folks, you can click on this notice of supplemental notice of determination. Before that, folks, this is the actual what they filed against me. Yep. In the beginning of the whole thing, we have the IRS filed these 30 years of tax liens. Click on that. Here it is, folks. This was sent against me, Peymon Mottahedeh on the top left area, on the top right, December 12, 2022, 2009. Top center, notice of federal tax lien filing and your right to a hearing. Folks, you got to challenge these guys. Like I did. I challenged them. I asked for my hearing as provided by law. Accountant, CPAs, they're ignorant. They don't know how to ask for a hearing or how to conduct a challenge to the IRS, right? That's what they lose. Okay? Here it is, folks. Look at the tax periods. Every one of those lines is a different quarterly tax period, starting in 1997. Okay, type of tax, period tax, amount owed. Page after page. Here's a notice of federal tax lien. Here it is, folks, on this page. This is about, on the total on the bottom right, $99,000 of taxes listed, filed against me, against in-county recorders of San Bernardino County. Okay? And look at this. Another letter. There were so many liens, folks. They had to issue multiple of these letters like this and give me a chance to ask for a hearing. Here's another one. Here's again another notice of federal tax lien. On this page, adds up to over $200,000 of taxes. Here's another certified mail notice of federal tax lien filing and your right to hearing, right? And this one is all, well, now we're up to 2004 now, tax periods. 2000, 2004. And here's a notice of federal tax lien again. You see that? The total tax that the claim I owe here is now about $188,000. Here's another one, folks. Okay, here we go. And this one, all the liens are $167,000. We're not done, folks. Another one, another page. This one is for $4,200. Folks, page after page, line after line of liens that file. Okay, and the thing with the IRS, we can do what we want. What you gonna do about it, huh? They think they're so powerful, right? Now let's continue. So here we go, folks. The supplemental notice of determination when the IRS appeals officer removed all the tax liens is here. The documentation for that is here. Yep. On the top left, you see IRS appeals office in Riverside. On the top right, person to contact, W. Robeson, employee numbers right there. On the right, go down. Look at the tax periods issued, listed here. Okay? Look at that. From March 03, 1997 to December 12, 2008. All these tax periods, folks, they were at issue here. Here's a supplemental notice of determination. Dear Mr. Mottahedeh, right? Let's go second page, and we'll see the summary of the determination. It has been determined that the tax assessments should be abated and the notice of federal tax lien should be withdrawn. Sincerely, Mary Nicholas, Appeals Team Manager, who is a supervisor of the appeals officer, which I talked to Edward about, and CC, IRS Associate Area Counsel. His name was Kevin Coy, a nice guy. I met him one time. Okay, you're running by the lawyers to make sure it's right. Okay, you know they don't do these things, without talking to the lawyers, right? But they backed off anyways, as you can see. Okay, now you can read the whole thing, folks, the document on your own. All these taxes were listed. All of these quarterly tax were just withdrawn. Boom, page after page of them. They explain everything. The IRS did everything wrong. So you can read that for yourself if you want, folks. Okay, the document is there for you to check out if you wish. And further, the IRS officially withdrew $663,000 of tax liens against Freedom Law School, and the IRS appeals officer confirmed that the IRS had withdrawn all tax liens against me. Yep, folks, I'm going to go with these more documents really quickly. Here it is, folks. This is a withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien. On the center left, name of taxpayer, Peymon Mottahedeh. Below that, you see taxpayer ending, everything. Here's $99,000 again on this page, all withdrawn. Yep. And again, you see here's another blank space of garbage, but you left it just so you see where it is. Here it is, folks. This page says what? That, dear Peymon Mottahedeh, the Internal Revenue Service previously filed a notice of federal tax lien against your property. This notice is being withdrawn under the provisions of the Internal Revenue Code, Section 6323J. Closed is a copy of Form 10916C, withdrawal of file notice of federal tax lien that be mailed to the local recording office for filing. Right? You may present the form to any credit reporting agency, financial institution, or other creditor you deem appropriate. Now, folks, this letter was sent multiple of these folks. Multiple withdrawal of federal file notice of federal tax lien was issued, right? This was $200,000, and multiple of these same documents, these letters, cover letters, like this cover letter again, all of them were issued. Here's another page. Withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien. This one for $188,000. Here we go. And here's another cover letter that they sent to me, right? And again, you see another withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien. This one for $167,000. And then you see again another one here. Again, they sent another cover letter. And below that, again, you see another withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien for $4,200. Okay. And here is another letter from the IRS, folks. Okay. Dear Mr. Mottahedeh, Okay? This letter is in response to your application for withdrawal of notice of federal tax lien with the IRS serial number so and so and so and so. Your application has been approved. Forms 10916 withdrawal of notice of federal tax lien are being sent to local recording office where the original notices of federal tax lien were filed. Okay? Guess what, folks? I never filed an application, folks. Okay? I beat them. That's the difference. They're saying, begging them, please take it off. Oh, you're hurting me. No. I didn't beg them. I went after them and beat them. IRS agent who did it, he ruled against me with his manager. The first IRS appeals officer I met would rule against me. Went to tax court. Tax court, the lawyer sent it back. The IRS appeals officer had to rule against the IRS, right? There's no, application. They make themselves sound so good, okay? And then, folks, here it is, folks. In November 2012, the tax court officially zeroed out all of the 663,000 of IRS bogus tax liens to zero on November 13, 2012. Yep, here it is, folks. This is from United States Tax Court. You can look it up, folks. Docket number 12440-10SL. It's all there. Order and decision. Yep, read it. Here's a relevant part, folks, for yourself. Signed by Robert N. Armand Jr., Special Trial Judge. Okay? On November 13th, 2012. Okay? And here it is. By certified mail. It was mailed to me, folks, by the United States Tax Court. The copy of the court order. We're going to read the relevant language. Ordered and decided that tax assessments for all 49 specified calendar quarters for employment taxes, so-called 941 taxes at issue herein, and for all 12 specified calendar years for unemployment taxes, so-called 940 taxes at issue herein, are to be abated, and that means removed, zeroed out. That's what abated means. Okay, abated, removed, and notice the federal tax lien in respect of such taxes is to be withdrawn. Yep, the court order also went behind it all. So, folks, it's not like IRS doesn't know about me. They know about me. They keep trying to mess with me to get me this way or that way. But guess what? Each time they do it, they give me a chance to beat them again. So now, folks, you can go down and see a next victory of the IRS, victory number 4, below.